Alright, so Lucas is in jail. Or well, at least he got arrested. Maybe he'll break his way out. Maybe it'll be like Prison Break. I never saw that show, but I'm just... Anyway. Lucas is in jail. There's a new character. Who is the guy that brought Claire the book from her old doctor, from the doctor that gave her the abortion? I don't remember his name, but I don't trust him. He looks shady. He's either going to be her version of Stamper, which would be kind of cool because everyone needs one. I want a Stamper. Or he is so much trouble. And I like, what was the other guy? Connor, the smart one. But he did leave that stone unturned, so that's not cool. But I like him. He's trustworthy. You can tell he's on her team. This new guy, like shady, but Stamper looks shady too, so you can't really hold that against him. If maybe looking shady is a part of doing that job, like you gotta be kind of dirty. I don't know how to feel about him. But I just don't trust him. Like Claire said, like, I don't know. I'm still mad Lucas is in jail. Man. So maybe Gavin's taking over that storyline then. Maybe we'll see more of him still, even though he kind of had that small role in, like, reeling Lucas in. Because I feel like they were trying to make us care about him and his story being the informant, the reluctant informant, you know, with Cashew. Poor little Cashew. Is that about it? That's about it. Alright, let's watch it. God, Frank is so destructive thinking about it. Zoe's dead. Lucas is in jail. Rachel is fucking alone in a goddamn apartment doing telemarketing. Who was the other chick that used to work for the Washington Post or whatever? I can't remember. The one Zoe was friends with. She's teaching at a school in Ithaca. Like... Damn. Not to mention, what's-his-face killed himself. Or no, he didn't kill himself. Frank killed him. Like, all these little people who are being maneuvered around and fucked up because of him. And Gavin, the new guy, had to put Lucas in it. So that's another mark on his board of people he screwed over. You know what I mean? Like,
Bury the move with increased spot checks all the way around.
These sort of tactics don't solve the immediate problem. When people are paying triple the standard rate for electric. We'll hit a 5-fold increase by August.
What if you, Mr. President, by executive order, purchase samarium through a third party, cut the Chinese out, force them to either raise their prices worldwide or lower them to keep direct flow with us? We stockpile samarium for defense purposes, of course, and quietly sell what we don't need to our friends in nuclear energy.
At a discount.
A subsidy for nuclear power? The richest of the rich? How's that gonna play?
We're dealing with a national crisis. We can't get sidetracked with public opinion.
It would show China we're willing to wait this out.
Do we have the resources?
I'd have to run the numbers, anticipate fluctuations, consider different
Your
models.
best guess.
We do, for a moderate stockpile.
All right, draw up a request from the Defense Department.
Yes, sir.
Linda, draft the executive order. And Kathy, make sure we have a third-party conduit to purchase the samarium.
We'll go through India.
Oh, that won't fly well with Pakistan.
I'll alert them in advance. As long as they're in the loop, we'll be all right. Not that we owe them any favors.
Hi, Mrs. Underwood. Hello, Christina. Mrs. Walker, you asked for me?
We need to confirm whether the president's going to make it to New Orleans.
This Friday, correct?
Yes, but I know he had a cabinet meeting this morning, so I imagine...
I'll talk to Linda right away.
Thanks.
I've just never been very fond of her, Christina.
Why not?
Peter Russo? I just have a thing about women who sleep with their bosses. Anyway, I'm sure whatever they had was genuine. It's none of my business, because if she's doing a good job, that's all that matters, right?
Garrett seems to think she is.
And I should just keep my
she is so malleable. I like this first lady just because she's like easy.
Sweet when you spend it with your friends. Right? Can you all buzz your wings? Buzz your little wings. Buzz, 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 buzz.
I think it would make a fluttering noise like I don't know.
Your flutters?
Oh, okay, she's doing fine.
Home game. I get on the mound.
From the mound?
Well, I want to throw a real pitch.
Didn't make it.
Not even close.
Halfway.
Ball slipped out of my hand just before I released it. Went straight up in the air. The whole stadium burst a gut laughing.
Comic relief pitcher.
Oh, that's very clever, Meacham.
Comic relief. Oh! She's gonna be pissed.
That's all I asked.
They're pushing the plea deal pretty hard.
How seriously considering it?
I want to see how this article impacts things.
What does your lawyer say?
He thinks that's a bad idea, that I should take the plea.
Maybe you should listen to him.
No.
You need to know. I'm going to treat this the way I would any other story. Whatever the facts bear. You might not like what I write.
I get that.
I'll let you read it first. Then you can decide.
That's all I'm asking.
Hang in there.
Oh, what did you kill Lucas? Oh, God.
Can you wipe this off? Maybe we should talk to him.
That's exactly what he wants, to force himself back into the mix.
What's to be gained by shutting him out?
The simple lesson that you cannot strong-arm the President of the United States.
We can't devolve to a pissing contest. I'm gonna call Raymond. Invite him to Washington.
He won't accept anything but total surrender.
I'm making the call.
Don't put yourself in that position.
I know how to maintain the integrity of my office. Thank you.
This guy.
2 minutes with the President. Tuss may be back in his good graces. I need to disrupt the nuptials and prevent a second marriage.
Really nice to hear. Look, I wanted to talk to you about Trisha. I'm sure you've noticed that she's still sort of adjusting to her role.
You mean her confidence?
I think it would be great if you reached out to her. Just let her know that you're there, if there's anything she needs.
I don't really know her that well. I mean, we've met, but
That's okay. Maybe just tell her that you enjoy working for the President and you're there to be of help to her in any way you can.
You don't think that's a little, I don't know, brash?
How?
For me to just approach her like that.
No, not at all.
We need you to come back to D.C. with us and sign this statement in the presence of the U.S. Attorney.
You want me to call him a liar?
Isn't he?
I can't do that to him.
We also need you to speak with Tom Hammerschmidt.
You know what, please, can you just keep me out of this? I had nothing to do with the hacker or the...
Miss Skorsky, we want to believe you, and we will if you put all of it in writing.
He's not a criminal. You're going after the wrong person. And if you think that you can intimidate me, harass me like this in my own home,
I will
though. File
You're
a
showing
formal complaint.
You're starting to sound an awful lot like him.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything. I'd like you to leave.
This is about the Secretary of State nomination.
I'm the Vice President now, Raymond. I don't cry over what happened in kindergarten.
You're Vice President because I vouched for you.
Because you had no other options. Political necessity. You have 24 hours to decide.
I'll show myself out. It's nice to meet you, Mrs. Underwood. And good luck with that first pitch tonight, Mr. Vice President. Make it to the plate this time.
Scared. Blackout all over the city? What's going on?
Was this intentional?
Sir, I know you don't hold me in the highest regard.
Bullshit.
But I am alarmed that you could even entertain such a thought.
Yeah, well, the timing makes coincidence hard to swallow.
Bullshit.
Thank you, sir.
He's toying with
No,
you.
this could be a legitimate safety issue.
He wants a seat back at the table.
Bullshit.
Those plants are fine.
Why is he doing this? We've had our differences, but something drastic like
To
this?
control you.
I did tell him about the possible FERC action.
Can't guess. We have to be certain.
Well, do you want Raymond Tuss to assess that risk, or the United States government?
Were you suggesting we take over his facilities?
There is precedent there. Woodrow Wilson did it with the railroads for 3 full years.
In a time of war.
In a time of emergency, which is what this is.
Emergency. Thank you.
The country needs a leader, Mr. President. Give them one. Do not bend to Raymond Tusk.
Stop waiting for this guy to tell. Oh, it's okay now. I'll turn your lights back on. Like, seriously?
Please. Take the plea.
I'm not guilty.
You are. You committed a crime. Multiple crimes.
Not murder.
Take the plea. Be good. Get out early.
Everybody's fucked me.
If I was trying to fuck you, I wouldn't be here.
He's gonna get away with it, isn't he?
He already has, dude.
Yes. He is.
We agreed to a mutually beneficial partnership. That's all.
Yes. And what's become very clear to me is that I benefit in no way from this partnership. Let's not pretend to be naive. We both respect self-interest above all else. Our versions of that no longer align. What I do know is that you'll be calling Linda and telling her that you'll accept the subsidies. You may have all the money, Raymond, but I have all the men with guns. It's a burner, pre-dialed, she's expecting. Oh, and, yes, from last night. The ball's in your court, as they say.
Don't kiss your captor. That's weird.
Stop it.
There's one thing I know, it's when a man wants me. Are you hungry?
That was a really good episode. This dynamic with the two of them, Rachel and Samper, is so weird. I feel so bad for Lucas. Frank and not Russo, whatever guy, the energy guy, he's like, we had a partnership, but what did Frank get out of it? Okay, he got vice presidents, but that's it? Like, he's just supposed to be your do-boy from now on? No. I mean, come on. Especially someone like him? I mean, come on. No. What is Claire doing with blonde chick? I can't think of her name. She trying to get her fired? Why is she trying to get Russo's girl to fire? Christina. Why is she trying to get her fired? Is she trying to get her fired? Like, I'm confused. Or is she just like, I don't understand what she's trying to do. See, this is kind of why I like spacing these out a little bit, because I have time to think about them a little bit more before I go into the next episode, but I do like watching them back to back. Have a good holiday. Goodbye.